Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about, the difficulty of sometimes getting a sense as to what I'm saying regarding this picture, response, motives. But again, I'd really encourage you to think about a lot of this in the human example, human context. If you've ever dealt with selfish people, it could be selfish children, narcissists, you'll see how things don't line up. I mean, you'll get a sense that, but here's the problem. And it's similar here with dogs, is that, once we have a strong emotional bond and connection, whether it's in the human world or with a dog, it really blinds us. I mean, we'll make assumptions. Okay, we'll say, wow, this is, the person cares for me. In reality, that they don't. They're going through the motions. They're doing certain things that, again, offer up a picture of what we think it is, and it's not. And again, this is the same thing. And again, understand there's so many things through nature that can be very deceiving. And this is one of the things, again, in the home environment, when you see dogs, they'll look very balanced. Okay, they'll go about, be floating around the house, everything look fine, and they're in complete control. The motor rot. They're in control issues. And how that frames up, again, because the person is so emotionally invested, they're being devalued. The dog basically sees them as a means to an end. They're no threat on the roll. When I say threat, I don't mean that in a over the top way. I just mean that the dog totally devaluing them. But again, through emotion and then the owner's trying to sort this stuff out, because what they're seeing a deceptive picture. I mean, they're looking at what's going on because of this devaluation issue, this issue about rot motives and control, about who's in control, trying to get a sense of that. Because here's the thing: all the cards aren't on the table. I mean, you're not getting the truth of it. So this is why, if you look at certain interactions, say on the leash, and that'll be one that will come up pretty quickly. If you're outside trying to walk your dog, it starts to go downhill. The dog wants to be out in front. Another dog comes out. All these things start happening, and you're trying to assert, reasonable influence, get that dog in. That dog's rejecting it. Well, there's your truth. Okay, just understand. There's no one-offs when it comes to dogs. And this is why I say this: the other stuff you're seeing, you're not you're not getting clarity. Okay, because of those dynamics of the dog of perceptions. But it's no different again. Being a parent, perhaps, your child could look normal, but there's the stuff you don't see. Okay, you're not getting a clear picture. Just like if we look in, get a glimpse, a snapshot, of a picture or something, we don't always get the truth of it. I mean, there's depth here. You have to understand. This is why when I talk about control and motives and these things, that represents depth to the relationship. Okay, that's deeper. Just like people who objectify others. I mean, they look at another woman or whatever, and but they're not seeing the whole person. They're just seeing, what they want to see. They're seeing appearance thing, but there's depth there. I mean, that's the same thing. So just understand this thing about when I talk about, the appearance of appearances, and these trainers who launch into this picture, and they just, they don't look at the motives. There's no depth. It's appearance based. Okay, that's the same thing. That's why I say it's all governed by appearances. And so when there's a disconnect between what you see through appearances in the training environment, or the dog's going through the motions, and then you're wondering, well, why is this not working out? Why are the behavior issues not going away? Because the motives never cleaned up. Okay, it didn't set up properly. The person did not come into right relationship. It wasn't promoted. The methodology wasn't right. All these things. And so you have to go into it understanding. You have to be able to look beyond appearances. You have to be able to put everything to the test. I use this word a lot. So, all the motives have to be tested at all points. And so this is why I say a lot of time on YouTube you're seeing this infomercial type of videos that don't give that. Showing certain interactions, but you're not, the motives aren't being tested. You're not getting a clear picture of the relationship. And so, it can be difficult. But again, this is the problem, is that the mainstream dog training has been built off this for so many years, and so it's been so established, so entrenched in people's thinking. And we as humans, we invest a lot into what we see. So that can blindside us or make us feel very much like we're not getting the right information because, again, we're governed by what we see. And again, when I talk about this issue about the picture inside the home environment in places, and even how the dog relates to certain people, accepting certain people, let's understand that's not always a good thing. Okay, the motives as to why the dog's accepting. Okay, you have to be able to test, put everything to the test. But I guarantee you, if you put certain things to a test and you're getting a certain response from the dog, I pretty much guarantee everything else is a deception. Okay, there's no one-offs that way. Dogs, very much everything follows the same path with how their mind responds and reacts relationally, with how they perceive you in the relationship. So I just understand that yes, there's things here that through my system and how I talk and things I offer up can really be challenging for people to understand, perhaps. But again, I encourage you, watch my videos. I'll be putting out more videos helping to try to keep it as simple as possible. But everything I show is very transparent in what I do. Okay, so ultimately I want to help people. People want results with their dogs, but understand what's out there, what's available to you. The majority, 99% of trainers are following this type of appearance-based narrative or picture they're painting right out of the starting gate, whether they call themselves a balanced trainer, whether they use the word no, whether they use a correction. There's still problems there, okay, because they're not fully, I don't know any other trainer. If you go and try to find a trainer talking the way I'm talking, you're not going to find them. They don't talk about the motives and response that way. But there lies in the problem, and it's so pervasive. So I want to encourage people to get this. But I'll tell you, the people that are going to be the most resistant to what I'm saying are the actual trainers, because if you've been doing this over and over again, maybe thousands of times, it will appear to fit. And you'll be displacing a lot of this blame off too. And I'm not saying it's all bad intention. I mean, there's people that's just been doing something for so long. So what I say to people can be very, very challenging, because it's going to challenge the people who've been doing certain things the longest. But it's common sense. What I would encourage you to think about what I'm saying. Think about apply it to the human world. It's common sense. It's relational. Okay, dogs are relational animals. You're dealing with motives. You're dealing with control, dealing with these issues, and that's what makes it so incredible for me with dogs. But again, it will be very challenging for people. But again, if you really want your dog to, be balanced, the term people put out, you want to have a good relationship. You need to, you have to look at this, because again, you go through training, and you come out on the other side of it, and then things aren't mirroring up properly. Trust me, I guarantee you that trainer is not looking at training the right way. They're not at some level. They're not doing it. If they were, they wouldn't be doing certain things to begin with. I want to make that point too. I do not do certain things for a reason, because I know better. I might be successful with it. Okay, and this is the other point. It's not about me. Okay, I might be, but I know why I would be successful, even though I'm incorporating certain ideologies, certain concepts, and even using food or whatever. But see, that's the thing to understand, is I know why I have to do it a certain way, because the people coming to me, they matter. Okay, it's not going to line up the same for them. But these trainers can't figure that out. They don't know. They just look at the picture. They're making assumptions. You're getting your certificate, feeling really good about it, and then and then you're in denial. It's like, man, I got all these problems. Well, I guarantee it's because real change didn't happen. Role change didn't happen. It did not. You're not in the right relationship. It did not. The methodology did not line up. So anyway, I encourage you to think about that. Check out my videos. I'm going to be putting out lots more videos to help people sort this out, navigate this. But there's certain things just do not do. Okay, they're not helpful. Just don't do them. But beyond that, really important. The methods got to line up. They really do. They have to hold true to what they are. They have to maintain their integrity. When you see me doing certain things, just understand there's a big reason for why I sequence things out. I guarantee, I want to guarantee that the motives are going to clean up. These control issues are going to go back. People are going to be happy with their dogs. So anyway, thanks for watching.